And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Frostpunk 2. And other than the upcoming whiteout, most of our problems are fairly easy to solve. We got a big stockpile of materials. I think they can mostly be fixed in town by doing a sawmill on the materials mine that won't run out. Food can be improved by kind of doing the same on the other food supply. In fact, this one just be made bigger. We'll have to do a little bit of frost breaking to make it bigger, but yeah, we can just make you bigger. That wouldn't be too bad. I think we want to get some more. In fact, I'm held up on prefabs. Or is that prefabs? Yeah, that would be prefabs. Short some prefabs. I want to do in the logistics district so we can do some interaction with some of the stuff on the world map. But we're mostly positive on things, so things are going well. The storm is coming. We must prepare for the storm. More people have froze to death because the housing isn't done. And we are going to extend the housing, which I think should finally get us the right amount of housing. You are technically classed as warm. Yes. Okay. And I think I have enough prefabs to get to the logistics district. Yes. We get more teams out and about. Newlanders' demands met. Okay. Newlanders prove trust rises. Your opinion is declining again. You went as far as promises. You want a hydraulic pump jack. Or go back, or go to mandatory schooling. Here, we'll agree to a hydraulic pump jack.
Steward.
And then I will just grant you the next agenda. Yeah, that wasn't enough. Okay, so we're gonna lose that fervor bonus. Oh, did the population grow here? No, we had the law change, and the law change dropped the housing efficiency. I'm not necessarily appreciative of that change. How many unhoused do I have here? Just short of 600. Can I send those back to the capital? There we go. That's actually going to make the situation worse back to the capital, but is what it is. I'm more willing to expand things at the capital, let's just say. Yeah, so that means I'm going to... Although I am actively building stuff at the capital, so that works out. This hydraulic pump jack building. So if that finishes fast enough, we might keep the fervor, but I think we're going to lose it. Nope, no, that was just about fast enough. We're going to lose the fervor when the whiteout starts anyway, so I'm willing to not be too super picky about it. Okay, so we're 3 housing short. I think I'm just going to eat being 3 short until I can research another housing improvement. Can I accelerate the research? Trade some trust for some research speed. Yes, please. do I have what it takes? Untreated sawmill. Yes. Put that on the materials mine that is not going to run out. Some more deaths from the unhoused. You're livable. I can take you to warm if I want. Before I do that, do I need that? So we got an exploration, which is 20. I think to harvest you is 10. Oh, harvesting you is 5, and I don't even need the road. Okay. Take the food from there. That is the storm approaching, so the storm is coming. I'm not going to have much time to take stuff. The Frostlands. Okay, so I don't think I need to get that location to warm, because I think we're going to actually unemploy it during the storm's arrival. Yeah, might be able to get one more explorer out. I was preparing for having to build a little bit more roads than I apparently don't need. Okay. So that'll fix the materials. Not really worried about the goods. We're going to get a food delivery, which is going to provide us our food. Okay. We're working on researching workplace insulation. We can start insulating places. There we go. So we're now material stable. Quite positive. Do I go for another housing upgrade? Or another housing... Oh, I need more prefabs for that anyway. I gotta wait until I got 200 prefabs. And then out at the old Dreadnought. The old Dreadnought is going to get hit with the whiteout, but it's not going to be as bad. So we're definitely going to want to use shipping capacity to ship as much stuff. Although we got the Skyway, so at this point I don't think we can have the shipment interrupted. So I think we can reliably ship from here to the main depot. So let's do the maximization of the transit to location. Both are going to warm up at the same time. This one's actually going to get... this one's the only one actually getting hit with the whiteout. Delegate sessions, we let them vote on it. This is tightly contested. Just let the vote go through. I'm not going to try to force it one way or the other. I think it's going to pass, yeah. We're swapping durable goods.
The eyes have it!
Hear us,
Separated families allow productive outsiders. Steward, a large group of people have set up camp outside the city by one of your checkpoints. They claim to be relatives of the outsiders who let in. My daughter is alone in there, said the distressed mother. You need to let me in, she needs me. After checking, we told her that her daughter, a 15-year-old laundress, is safe and doing well, but the mother won't budge. Like her, the others that are refusing to leave until they are let in. We can make it less effective, but we let other people in. We will let it be less effective. So there's got to be someone who's productive in your family to be allowed for immigration. But we'll let whole families in, basically. Still don't have the housing. I can't build more housing yet. I think I am going to just hard build the housing. Moment another week passes. Okay. So, quest-wise, I'm being told I need to do the generator upgrade. Although, is that the generator capacity? Ah, it's flashing that one. So it's actually two techs. It wants capacity and the one behind it. Let's work on capacity then. Housing is 200 prefab, so I need to go one more week. There's that week. Apparently there's a couple more days. I can build a housing district. So the question is, where do I slam it? We do actually have a stretch along the generator up here, which probably is prime real estate. So let's put it in there. More people die from unhoused citizens. We're working on that. With this district done, that'll be solved. Okay, our exploration is done. The gorge is explored. Weather station. The outpost once predicted temperature drops for winter home. The peak is visible for miles around. The ideal place for a beacon to help travelers reach New London. Okay. Winterhome Bridge. Remains the old bridge leading to Winterhome. An ominous sign hangs from the nearest side. Only death lies beyond. Whether it was left by would-be jokers or superstitious scouts is unclear. So yeah, if I want more people, we could set this place up. I don't really need people that badly. We are going to work towards Winterhome. I can do a second 20 exploration if I make the exploration site warm. So we might as well make it warm. Oops. There we go. You're 25, so you're not safe. You're 25, so you're not safe. You're 20, you would be safe. You're 20... You're actually 10. It's implied to be coal. Boo. We'll go this way. We'll just do the high pass. Okay. Into New London again. Again, I think we're saturated and prepared. In fact, I need less goods here now that we swapped to durable. So let's leave those in the main city. Yeah, the main city really just needs housing.
Stuart.
You're not happy. What would you want? Build an actuated heat dispenser. Squalor increases, temperature increases. Pressurized heat dispenser. Chemical additives. I have this to build. It's +2 temperature for some workforce. I will agree to that. Just to make them a little bit happier. I need 90 prefabs for that. Okay. That's doable in like 2 weeks, so it's not a big concern. But 3 weeks. Because we ticked over a week and I still need 2 more weeks. Again, still not a big concern. If anything, that's going to help me weather the arriving whiteout. Okay, so we've got housing. Plenty of housing. Temperature-wise, we're going to take you to warm. So again, all our districts are warm. This is a good sign right now, because we're implying that everyone will be warm. I'm going to expand the district to maximize adjacency. So that our warm districts can help keep the other warm districts warm, sort of thing. In fact, that's actually implying that you are too warm. Okay. I think that's because of the increased adjacency buffing it. The actuated heater provides +2 heat levels. I want to put it in a place where I've already got 2, so I effectively can scratch 2 off. So you, although you're temporary, although you're going to be there for a long time, probably wants to be in one of the temporaries, I suppose. Yeah, probably wants to be like here or here. When I have the prefabs. It is going to warm up, providing us with even more fuel, because I'm going to have to cool a bunch of places down. You technically don't need to cool them down. I'm going to cool them down.
Do not
And then it will get much colder when the
weight
waiter
or
arrives.
fashion. A well-made coat is always in style.
Okay, so we got an event. Warm at last, heat abundance reached. Life inside the city is now warmer than New London has ever known. People walk the streets in disbelief. They can remove shawls, coats, layers of clothes that for many years were necessary, even the best of conditions. Now they peel like old skin. It is warm. People look at each other as if it is a dream and wonder whether it can possibly last. We'll see. We shall see. Okay, so actuated heat dispatcher. This is an example, I think, one of the districts I want to drop it in. It's one of the temporary ones, but while it's here, we probably want it warm. Right, because that'll allow me to take 2 off of it. And there's a limit on how much I can dispatch when the cold arrives.
The delegate.
Okay. I don't think there's any laws in particular I want passed. There's maybe an argument to go to known to decrease tension. Although I probably want to get some hospitals out before I do that. If I were to pursue that. I am losing the fervor. Let's see if we can get that back by granting you the agenda. Okay, it looks like it's not going to be enough unless they also pass the vote. They want mandatory schooling. We'll just let that vote go through. I don't really want mandatory schooling, but we'll accept it if it happens.
The delegates have spoken. The law is tabled.
Steward.
Steward. Steward. Steward. Steward.
Yep, and the temperature just rose. So now we got a bunch of districts that are warmer than they need to be. Which is a good place to be. In fact, I got some districts that are probably warmer than they need to be, but can't actually get any colder, which is a interesting paradigm. Is that the same out of the old Dreadnought? That is the same out of the old Dreadnought. So even the Dreadnought can save some fuel. Okay. So we completed that research. We already know what I'm going to build, or what I'm going to research behind it, which is the thing right behind it. Oh, it's behind. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna get there in time. Yeah, we're gonna chase the golden goose, which is the generator upgrades. It said 0-1, so I'm assuming like, it's one tech. It'll be easy. It's tech after tech after tech. We might still be able to do it, but it's gonna be close. New London's demand met. And of course we're gonna revisit temp. There we go. Stockpiling fuel in preparation for the whiteout. My food stockpile's maxed. Okay, so let's pop out into the world map. I'm currently collecting food from some places. Let's stop doing that, because it's not even coming in at this point. So we don't need to collect from you. I don't need to collect from you. In fact, you've already run out. That wasn't the one I was collecting from. A different one I was collecting from. I think there was. Or is that just the... Was that just the one? Disabled. Okay. That might have just been the one. I might only have the 8 workers then. Do I take the influx from the abandoned lazarette? I don't need that tension right now, let's say. Okay. Yeah, the other thing to do, I think, would be get another food storage. Let's work on another food storage. Would probably want to be up by you. Let's do some frost breaking up there to support that. Yeah, it doesn't need to be a lot of frost breaking. That small amount. Maybe looking at some stockpile capacity as well. So that's a fuel stockpile. Oh, I suppose because we're already getting the worker efficiency, the material stockpile is gonna not provide. Oh no, because it's a different type of building it stacks. Okay. Put you there as well then. Get some more material storage. So we're approaching the limit on that. When times are good, stockpile. As times are good, let's go ahead, and I'm actually going to get another industrial district. And then I need to save up another 20 for the food stockpile? Yeah. Go another week. Yeah, we're losing that forever. We're going to lose it during the whiteout anyway, so it is what it is.
Kill. Check the seals on all doors and windows regularly.
Let's rush the researchers again. I'd like this tech done. And trust is high at the moment. Hauling buckets up the stairs. Amended protective outsiders. A law to let whole families regardless of their qualifications. Yeah. You get a complaint instead of a bad event, right? It's like, yeah, people don't appreciate that you're bending the rules. But you don't actually have a straight-up supermassive negative event, which is... It's an okay trade-off. Complaints are fine. Bad events are annoying.
The council has convened and awaits the steward's proposal.
Okay. So we got the council session ready. Dreadnought Husk. The Curse of Winterhome, an ancient empty dreadnought hull towers over the flat snow. Our scouts meet some people living in shelters on the leeward sides, whom claim the mighty machine was stripped clean long before they arrived. People have asked us to take them to New London, if only so that they could be further away from the ruins of Winterhome. Everyone who goes there comes back with a cough that only worsens. When the camp leaders say, "Stay away." Well, I don't need more people right before the arrival. The ruins of Winterhome. Winterhome has a cursed history. A series of corrupt leaders pushed the city's generator beyond its limits. At last, a competent captain took charge, but by then the generator had been permanently damaged and doomed to explode. The city's people had no choice but to gather all they could to a nearby dreadnought and take their chances in the Frostland. Rumor has it that the ruins still hold valuable resources, but our scouts avoid the site, fearing toxic gas leaking from the fissures in the ground and the ghosts that wail through the night. The place is dead. We should move on. Spoilers, we're going to go there. Hot Spring Refuge. In the heart of the mountain pass stands an old loading station, likely used to connect to Outpost 11 with a distant hot spring. Inside, we found the body of an elderly man who frozen while waiting for a transport that never arrived. Dismantle the station, or rebuild the station. We have to know, reestablish contact with the hot springs. Yeah. So, we may want to do that, but we want to, you know, establish contact with the hot springs first. We can search the Steam Valley. We got Valley, sure, that's a safe place to go. And the plains past Winterhome, okay.
Stewart.
Steward.
Stewart.
Here, a steward. Steward.
Stewart.
Steward.
I'm gonna go ahead and grant you an agenda. See if you can get a vote through. Accept all outsiders. Yeah, I maybe shouldn't have done that, but we're gonna see if this passes. I'm not gonna get in the way of it passing.
The
It
proposed
does not
law has been rejected.
Okay, so we're building up a stockpile of goods. If I want more prefabs, and I do kind of want more prefabs, there's an argument to be building more of the salvaging factories, and then I could potentially swap the base load on the district away, or one of the base districts away. Actually, I suppose I build both good factories in the new location. I can swap both of them over to prefabs to increase our prefab production. Yeah, let's do that. So let's get another prefab going. Or another salvager. For the moment. Well, I suppose my materials are temporary at the moment because you're going to run out. 20 weeks. New upgrade proposed by the New Londoners. Advanced generator capacity. Okay, so that is finally the one that is recommended to be picked up before the storm. It's going to take 20 weeks. I don't think we're going to get it before the storm. Which is a bit of a shame. Although one way I could try to get it before the storm would be to get more research. It's in housing, right? More research institutes up for the extra speed. When doing that, I need the prefabs a little bit less, I suppose. Nope, one of those needs to be on. Do the smaller one then. On goods. Okay, so we're now materials short. That's a bit of a shame. More people living here. Oh dear. Yeah, that's an oh dear. So I need to build. I sort of need to rush out another housing district, I suppose. There we go. I also suppose that now means I need those goods. The storm is approaching. More people, I think, died due... Oh, no, people got sick due to being housed. So if I don't get them housed, they may die.
Boarding city transport.
Here, Stewart.
Stewart.
Okay, once again, I'm going to... Oh, you don't... Well, I could give it to you again, but let's actually give it to the new lenders.
Stewart.
And some agenda for you. Maybe we'll pick a slightly less controversial one. More prefabs. Okay, we'll just let this be voted on. Whether it passes or fails, I do not care. This one actually passes. So we're getting a little less heat stamps, I believe.
Have spoken. The law
we'll get more
takes
prefabs.
effect.
We got less than 10 weeks out. You're 13. Yeah, I think I missed the timing with the generator upgrade. This is recommendations, not requirements. So I'm gonna accept that we're not gonna hit that target, and that we're not gonna get that generator upgrade. Although we're gonna probably pick it up in the middle of the whiteout. There could be worse timing. Could definitely be worse timing. So there's more materials down there I could do. There's more prefabs I could actually gather. Probably do that post whiteout if I want to do expansion after the whiteout. Or do I do... Do I do it now? It's not even going to pay itself back in that amount of time. Never mind. The logic with me thinking about do I do it now or do I do it later is... Oh, and you're not even warm. I can warm you up. Get a little bit more out of you. Do that expansion, which I'll immediately consider it makes you get the bonus for the adjacency, so I can turn you down. Okay. So I need 50-50 to run around at doing my insulation. That's what I'm going to start doing. I'm just going to start running around doing the insulation as we get the prefabs for stuff. People healing because they've got enough housing. Okay, I can do more. Installation. I might just turn these off. Because we're not going to be doing the exploration during the storm. So I can't get those insulated. That's fine. Put those there. And then I may be holding off on insulating you because I think you might be gone by the storm. You're probably gonna disappear during the storm. Okay, I think that's the last of exploration. No, we're gonna get one more explore during the storm. You got damaged by squalor. And I need 100 prefabs to fix you. Well, that's a shame. Take her in the core or take everything. Requires 30 tombs. Ghost Town. All signs indicate the settlement was inhabited until recently. Strangely, the larder was emptied, but most of the clothes and personal items are left behind. There are some bloodstains in the snow, but no bodies are found. Our scouts found a salvageable core beneath the hearth of the town, earning herself extra rations. The buildings themselves contained useful components too. If we can spare the men to dismantle them. Come back later. More food. Don't need that food. Well, don't need that food right now. Might want that food later. Okay, so I got 20 teams. When the valley here finishes, we'll have the 30 to do that. Oh, and I got this one too. Probably this one. The Livers. A pair of automatons lie broken in the snow. The tracks show they lost their navigational bearing and followed each other in a circle until they broke down. The scouts make their story seem almost romantic. We can either take their cores or repair the automatons to work in New London. So if I have 150 prefabs, we can repair them. This will provide us, I believe, with workforce, or I can just take their cores. Think about repairing them. Hunting camp, more option for food. Staging area. Judging from the remains, dozens of vehicles were manned and loaded here. Our scouts found some maps in a half-buried crate, each marked the possible locations of another generator cities. One was annotated with thick letters. Rowett knows. They left with such enthusiasm that many of the tools and scrap pieces were left behind, buried in the snow. Buried by snow and time. So I get a mass load of materials, and at the cost of 5 teams bringing it in, I think that is fine. I don't have the storage, but we're currently running... Actually, I do have the storage, so this is going to buy us a bunch of time, which works for me. Okay, so I can repair you. In the meantime, obviously the places that we're warming up are too warm. Or adding insulation to are becoming too warm, so that's a good thing to be seeing. Yeah, insulate another place. We're already undergoing that upgrade. That's a perfectly good reason to not need it. A couple of these places. Oh, you could first of all get warmer. Second, grab the insulation that wants to be cooled down. Prepare for the whiteout. The whiteout draws near, as terrible as ever. We must rug up tight and do our best to prepare. Survive the incoming whiteout. Okay, so first step, warm the city up. Housing districts get priority. Okay, so that's my housing districts. I don't have a problem with running the fuel supplies down during the whiteout. Oh, I've got a housing district down here, so you need to be warmed up. Okay, so that gets you to warm. Get you to livable. I'm going to employ these districts. So all of you guys just abandon the district. I suppose we'll keep this one warm until the crews get back. And then we'll abandon that one as soon as the crews get here. 132 weeks. We don't need to last that long. Or I think I only really need to make 50, maybe 60. So we can definitely distribute a little bit more fuel, get a few more places operationally warm. I can only get you to livable, but that's fine. Can only get you to livable, and then I can't actually warm you up until you're repaired. That is as warm as I can make things be. Okay. For the moment.
Please queue in the Central District for updated map.
At the same time, pop out to the old Dreadnought. Old Dreadnought's a little low on food, but that's fine. I could ship more oil. I'm not sure that will actually necessarily give me any more heat. Blocked due to weather. Okay, so apparently I can't. Apparently I get, yeah, whatever was already shipping will continue to ship. Fair enough. Again, we're good for 90 weeks. I think that's enough. Temporary for last period. Did my crews get back? My crews are back. Okay, so abandon all heat there, abandon all work there. Oops. We can make you livable. Okay, so that's about perfect, I think, for the city. If I get more insulation distributed across the city, that'll be even better. But yeah, that gets everything that we're actively working to livable. We got 92 weeks. Could definitely be worse. Also, I believe we only get one whiteout in the campaign. In Utopia, you get them every so often. So Utopia, you probably want to be a little bit more worried about whiteouts. Okay, you're currently doing the upgrade. You can do the upgrade. If anything, we'll probably be too warm when the whiteout ends. Yeah, I'm not sure we get 5 temperature gains, or we're at least getting 2 when it ends.
A new session is now in order.
Okay, so I can have another vote. I'm not actually sure I necessarily need a vote. Okay, so I could now use that to distribute that and get a little bit more productivity someplace else. In fact, I can actually distribute it down there. So I suppose we can get the livable, get a little more food out. Do I take the opportunity here to give more power to the steward? Probably, yes. Let's propose this. Let's negotiate. So these guys are the Evolvers are the ones that are mostly against. What would it take for you to vote for? Enact no contagion prevention or research and hold vote on unproductive domains. Let's go for research and hold vote. Again, I'm not agreeing necessarily to pass that, but I'm researching to research, or agreeing to research it and to vote on it. For the next biggest, what would you need? Research waste repurposing facility or condemn the Faith Keepers? Well, I've already done a research. I don't want to do two. Condemn the Evolvers. Enact acceptable outsiders. Research the waste incineration facility. Waste incineration, condemn, enact chemical. Okay, so it's going to have to be a double research. I'm going to be a double research. I might as well go to the Frostlanders and go for the waste repurposing. For squalor reduction in exchange for materials. And I think that is a vote we can pass.
The votes are in. The measure passes.
More power to me.
Steward?
Honorable Steward.
14 weeks out. Sometime during the thing.
Steward?
Attention, citizens.
2 weeks.
A new law is in effect.
Nope, and we got a district that's too warm. There we go. That's because I finished some insulation. Some of the insulation finished is what happened there. Could do insulation here. You're maybe not going to be hanging around for very long after the storm, but we can insulate you before. Or insulate you during. Area got damaged, probably from squalor. That's maybe an argument I should do something about squalor. Do I have filtration? I thought we did some moss filtration. Okay, so it's got to be built in the habitats, or in housing. Okay, so I'm going to save up 100 heat stamps for that. Put some more breath in the community, let's say. Okay, 2 more are too hot. That one. And that. Making that go even farther, up to 96 weeks. We're not positive. We're not going to make it through. If it was an infinite whiteout, we would be in a problem. We're not. It's going to last long enough. Okay, let's get some more filtration. Which faction was the filtration associated with? Because what I can do is I can see if anyone from that faction wants me to build it for them. It's maybe something I should have been more proactively doing. That was associated with Frostlanders, Evolvers.
Steward.
I already have a pending promise, so they're not going to be on board.
Steward?
Honorable Steward.
I have a pending promise for them, so no, I'm just gonna have to build it. No one's gonna reward me for doing what I should already do, apparently. I suppose that's a fair enough solution to that problem. warmer. Yeah, I have enough that I could probably make the exploration places warm. There's no benefit to it right now. Oh, and I might as well warm you up. That makes sense. Let's do that. Where's my crime? Population size. Okay, so I need more guard squads, or I need some other crime fighting method to deal with crime. Probably should get some hospitals at some point to offset the that, and then Squalor. We're working on moss. We just got another moss filtration tower in to bring that down. It's notable. Ideal world, we'd want to get these all to minor, so that's actually my biggest problem and notable. Crime is also a problem. Okay.
Steward.
Steward.
Turn the game speed up because I don't think I necessarily need to be running so slow. Okay, turbocharged dispatcher's done, so I need to do waste repurposing facility or unproductives do maintenance next. Let's put unproductives do maintenance next. Oh, that's all. So we got all unproductives and contractors do maintenance. Unproductives is an option, so we'll put that up. We'll see if it gets through a vote. I might even try to make that one pass. We'll see how hard it's going to be to pass it. We got a district that is, in fact, warm enough to be cooled down. So this is a district that's about to run out. I think gone through and done all my insulation button presses. It's a 1 button press per location. Well, I haven't done it there. Okay, so I should do it there. These will mostly benefit us post cold by basically not being able to have to run heating in a bunch of places.
The council has convened and awaits the steward's proposal.
Do I go for another rule law? You probably want to go for steward and militia. In fact, these are really the two that I want. I don't need to guide the vote. I don't need propaganda. I don't need secret police. I don't even really need the martial law. This one's even more supportive. Yeah, let's propose this. You want a deep melting drill. Or just be granted the agenda. Think I have enough time to just grant you the agenda. So let's go with that. This will get it down to, if we say we get like 50-50, it's going to get us another 19. Another 19 is exactly the number I think I need to pass. This is cutting it close. So I may be queuing people up for a promise that is not enough to get my vote through. Oh, actually one short. I say 19. So hopefully get more than 19? Yeah, I did. I got two more. 3 more.
Steward.
And now when these guys are neutral or better, I can request guards. More guards equal more crime fighting. Diminishing crime. Diminishing, but still notable.
Steward.
A warm welcome, Faithkeepers. Steward, the Faithkeepers had increased heat to all birthing wards in the city during the whiteout. Long may we keep the infant bodies warmed in the Lord's light, unmarred by the blasphemous frost, one Faithkeeper said. May they never have to resort to prosthetics. The evolvers are outraged. This is ridiculous. If the infants become marred by the cold, we can simply cure them. Any limbs they lose will be replaced with better ones, or by better ones. The temperature is in the wards is consistent with the rest of the city. This is necessary. Worse, it is wasteful. I can revert it to normal. Cold will cause less disease. Evolvers will approve of this decision. Infants will be given every advantage in this world, including more warmth. Cold will kill less people. Faithkeepers will approve of this decision. Just piss off the Faithkeepers, or take a -1 temperature level in all my housing districts, which I could solve, but that's not too much of a problem. Because I could just go around and distribute another warmth. You know what? We'll let the Faithkeepers have their way. We're defeating the frost, which does mean I need to go around and very rapidly hand out more heat. But we have it to hand out. There we go. Again, we still have enough 86 weeks. We have it to hand out. Oh, it's wasteful. We're defeating the frost here. Oh, and you are actually completely empty. Disassembly time. Hope they just didn't join to crack skulls.
Steward.
Organized baptism. Trust rises.
Steward.
Steward.
Talk of a protest. The Evolvers. Stewards, relation to the Evolvers has become unbearably tense. They see our current efforts as utter folly and spit on the ground when they enter the council room. If there wasn't a whiteout at your door, we would be out there with our fists held high, dragging the city to a halt until you finally start to see reason they weren't. We can ignore them for now, but we may consider placating them before the weather worsens. Evolvers warn that they will take action after the whiteout if you can't keep the relations at least in neutral. Add another research to the list. No, we're just gonna have to let them get grumpy. I've already got a queue of researchers to work through. You're not getting in the way. On the other hand, I have enough trust. Let's encourage the researchers to research faster, please. Notable but stable. Okay, so I should probably get another filter going.
Open windows are wasteful. Freshen your air with a spring
first demand met. Delighted you kept your word. Yes, we keep our word. This is why I can't hand out more researchers. Because otherwise I would not have been able to keep them. Waste management facilities. They want waste repurposing. No, I've got a district that got damaged by the squalor, I think. Now it's minor. Health is absent. That's good. Crime is minor. Things are already being better in the city. Give me more guards so I can make crime a thing of the past. Unproductive to maintenance placed to the vote. I'm not gonna stick my finger on the scale other than high trust makes things more likely to pass.
The noes have it!
Okay. Law rejected. The New Londoners want an agenda.
Hear us, steward.
Steward?
There we go. Their opinion rises, trust rises.
Steward?
I'll promote you.
Steward.
Promote you. There are no problems in New London today. It might be blisteringly cold out, but there are no active problems. Well, there's a little bit of squalor. We're working on the squalor. That's probably just getting another filter out and it would be squalor free. And I think about that. Okay, long term we're going to run out of food and we're going to run out of stockpiled materials, but
To avoid unnecessary queuing.
all negative effects are removed. The storm leaves. And the city is really hot. It's gonna get cold again, so this is a temporary solution. But for the moment, I can remove 5 heat levels from everywhere we were heating. Which for some places is basically, yeah, all the heat requirements are gone. And they're still at warm. Okay, and then obviously we want to turn on the districts we just abandoned during the cold. Yep, and we still have excess fuel. You were going to run out relatively quickly, although 123 weeks is not that bad. Oh, there's a couple places I hadn't actually checked up on. Hot Springs! Force access, integrate them, or I can access the spring Rebuild the loading station. Okay. Hot Springs. Many of the small mounds on a cliff attract scouts' attention. They discovered hundreds of infant skeletons. A track from the top of the cliff leads to the hot springs. Assume they have their reasons for doing this. Perhaps we can offer to take any children from Hot Spring to support to New London. Even if they're burned in New London, we will take care of these children. Yeah. Requires a trail to the city. So I gotta get a trail up here, and then I can rebuild the station, which then will allow me to access the springs. You can still see the storm has not completely passed, so I might not be able to. Yeah, we can't build. Actually, no, it's letting me get up that direction. Okay. Five weeks, bit expensive, but we'll do it. Get that road going up the pass. Launch that expedition. Let's connect. Oh no, you're 20 teams. I don't have 20 teams. I can't because you're under the storm still. Can't do you. Could reestablish food running. No, we can explore. There we go. Got our teams going and doing stuff. Okay, so biggest problem going forward is I'm apparently using minerals or materials faster than I am producing them. The solution to that is more mines. Or more logging or something. Here's another point where I could do teams down there. I could get more prefabs going there. Although, I'm apparently now very rich in prefabs. The period of time where it's just kind of like, things are good, I don't have things to do, we piled up a bunch of prefabs in the meantime, so... That's not a terrible concern. Could get more food, but we're good on food. At least until I do more housing. Or until we get more people. Although that's going to be happening faster because we accepted letting the children in, which is more pop growth. Okay. Well, looking at the time, I think we're good for another part break here. We've weathered the storm. I'm actually going to let the game go for a little bit. I think we're about to get the chapter jump.
Citizen.
And we let these guys have a vote, so we'll see what the vote result is. It's a hotly contested decision. I'm not putting my thumb on the scale. Decent chance it doesn't pass, decent chance it does.
The proposed
It does
law has been rejected.
There we go. Faithkeepers, favorable, 28% of the population. Whiteout still a threat. Chapter 3. Ice turns to steam as the whiteout wanes, but it is clear we are far from keeping New London warm forever. The whiteouts are not gone. What will we do if the horrors of the whiteout years return? Asked the Faithkeepers. If we want to withstand them without fear, we must improve the generator even more, and that will require a great deal of cores. Dozens. We only know of one site with so many cores. The metal roots of Winterhome's ruined generator. Our current generator will not be enough. We need to colonize Winterhome to get more cores to upgrade the generator further. We need to change our plans. Chapter 3. Return to Winterhome. Colonize Winterhome. Past the gorge, in the Cursed Valley, lies the failed city of Winterhome. Our scouts have avoided the ruins for years, yet without its cores we cannot up the generator to its full potential. We must reach for Winterhome and chart the area around it. We should take the time to prepare resources and workforce. Returning to Winterhome will pose significant challenges. So, for the next one, we're going back to Winterhome. I'm half tempted to... We favored this side in defeating the Frost. But do we favor them when we go to Winterhome? That is the decision I'm going to make when we arrive at Winterhome, and I think the answer is no. They thought they could defeat the Frost. But why defeat the Frost in only but one city when we can do multiple? That is what we'll try to do in the next part. Well, we're definitely going to get to Winterhome. That, because we've already found it, is quick enough. I question whether or not we'll completely do Winterhome. Winterhome is, especially for doing the reclaiming option, is not that long. So we might reclaim it as well. In which case, the quest at that point will move to Chapter 5. I might do a stretch and try to end the game. We'll see how quickly we go in the campaign here during the stream today. This is where this part's going to come to a close. I'm going to take a moment here to get up, stretch the legs, sip some tea. If you're watching on YouTube, the next part will be up tomorrow. And if you're watching here on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break here to get up, stretch the legs, as I said, and probably try to get an ad break out of the way so we have one less ad break during the next part. So until the next part, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Get you all in the next part and or stream, and bye for now.